Hello there, guys. Chromebook here, and I have made multiple piston doors. However, they're not too good. I made a 5x5. It was not too small. It was like humongous, like my head right now. It was 26 by 26 by 32 blocks. Yeah, it was not good. I have since deleted that world and never touched a 5x5 since. I have no plans to, by the way. But since then, I have made more piston doors. And as you have noticed, I did post a video recently before about a 4x4 piston door that I made. However, that one wasn't the best thing I could have made. So, although it was in fact a piston door, it wasn't a good one, to be honest with you. It was slow. It was not the normal piston layout. And it used some goofy double piston extender logic that I just hated so much. Yeah, and that's what led me to do this. So, instead of using that goofy layout where the double piston extender is on the bottom and the top, I faced my fears and I made it normal. You're welcome. So, let's get right into that. As you'll notice, I have a few piston doors right here, and I mean, yeah, they're pretty good. And although they are kind of just random order, it does it will make sense later. Just stick with me, please. So, if we go to this one, then we can see that, well, it's a piston door. Well, not really. Um, but there's a lever. It's a lever. Oh my God, it's a lever. Maybe I should pull it. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. It's unsynced. Very synced. And there are coming through here on opening. Basically, it's a double piston extender. And I mean, it's big, it's bulky, it has observer spam, like really bad observer spam. Um, and I wasn't proud of that, and I don't even remember what this does. Um, and yeah, that it's closing, and the opening is kind of slow because you saw that you can't really open things if there's a lot of pistons, so that's the main problem. Um, here's just the layout. Um, yeah, it's it's bulky. It's four wide, and it goes one across this piston layout. There's nothing over here. I don't know why. Goes two below this piston layout. Yeah, so it's not too good. Um, and yeah, that opening is not good. So basically, this was the old layout, and this is the new layout that I have made. So just as an example, real quick, let me do this just so that I can show you the differences. So basically on the old one, I used a piston and a few blocks and another piston down here so that I could then pulse this, which would pulse these. That powers this block, which then QCs these. So which is why neither of these doors work on bedrock. Basically what happens is it's just pushed out. Um, and then once those are out, then this gets that retracts that. This pushes that back right in the same. That retracts, and there, boom. The new design is quite literally this. I don't know why I didn't do this last time. I mean, I have a feeling it's because I didn't really have room to do it, so I was like, I don't know how to do it, and I've seen other piston doors like this, so I'll just do that. I didn't like it. which is why I was like, I didn't like it. It was bulky, whatnot. Yeah. So this one basically just the blocks are out here, and then this pushed out, and then this gets powered basically, and it's just two ticks. It's just two ticks on there because whatever. And then this gets powered. Well, it's two ticks because then it's not a one pulse, but whatever. Like, and then activate. These get pulled back. That's so it's that simple. There are two different designs. One's very obviously better than the other, but one works. It works. Um, this is the new door. It's 3 wide. Still one block out from the piston layout because of this tree spam, I guess. Like I could replace it with observer spam, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this adds the right amount of delay so that this gets triggered like at the perfect time. I think I'm not 100%, but let's continue. And it's only one block below here, and as you'll notice on both of these, there are two copper bulbs right here. Basically what those do is, yeah, these aren't the same, whatever. Um, this triggers some observers back here. And then these get triggered and whatnot. So basically that turns off, which means this isn't updated, which means this observer spam isn't activated. But then when we turn it on, it's activated, which then just does that sequence. And then with this one, as you can see, there's this. Same over here. So basically it's the same thing, except this block gets powered, which then powers this after this has been powered, which is why I actually made it two ticks, because it's just enough so that this block is right out here, right as that gets powered, and then basically this retracts that block. So now the blocks are right here, but the piston's right in here still. And then the next step is it comes down here, is basically that happens, and then this piston gets pulled back to here. Uh, shoot. Oh, it gets pulled back to there by triggering this, which then moves the piston back to there. And then this goes down to here, which then basically just loops back up to here, powers this block, which then brings that in. So it's basically just really precise timings. And if we remove these, as you can see, closes perfectly fine without an issue. But when we open it, it just sits like that. Because the same opening sequence or the same closing sequence works on the opening so that these pistons are perfectly fine. And there's no extra pushing, meaning it's a lot faster, like 5 ticks faster. So basically all this does is it triggers the double piston extender sequence. So if we look on the closing double piston sequence, the double piston extender sequence doesn't activate, but then on the closing, it does. And as you'll notice, there's just some delay right here. All that really does is it basically just allows this thing enough time. So it basically is the same time as it takes for the closing circuit. So however long it takes to close is how long that takes to activate. So um basically it's that open is done, that activates. So basically all it does is right after the opening sequence is done, this is fired. Like I think it's 2 ticks after. I think that's about as close as I can get it. And if I do that, then breaks. So, yeah, you can't do that. Um, it has to be 2, otherwise it just breaks. Right, perfect, and yeah, that's basically it. Um, And as you'll notice, the only reason it's not one block lower is because on this one, I originally did this, which needed these blocks, and I didn't like that. But that give me some more room for this, but I wasn't too proud of that because I was like, it's it doesn't look too good. So on the newer version, you just notice that this is just on top of the observer. There's a dust here to extend that, and that just goes along there, which basically allows that to happen. Same thing over here. Um, it goes here, here, and here, and then here, and then here. But then there's no block triggers, which means this one's triggers at the same time as this one. So it's basically synced. And then these slabs need to be here. No, they don't. Never mind. They don't need to be there. At least I don't think they do need to be there. I'm not 100%. But I'm not gonna change that because I whatever. Like, and then, so basically, this bottom circuit just works by triggering these two, which then triggers those four pistons. And then this top circuit basically just works by triggering these blocks, which triggers that, and triggers these four pistons. And yeah. So it's basically just really fast. Yep, it's basically just a really fast piston layout. That's really it. It's quite very well that simple. Yeah. Um, and once hopefully, hopefully someday when it does come, um, when I'm actually able to put the link in the comments, or I can do that right now, but I don't like doing that because like nobody does that. So why do it? I might do it if a bunch of people comment saying like, I want the world download or whatever. Like, no. Well, well, you can get the world download. Um, I might even just send a Discord link, like my Discord server, in the description. Well, I can't, but probably in the comments. And then you can probably download it from there. So either in the comments there will be a Discord link, the download link, or nothing. um, but once I am able to actually put links in the description, then you guys can definitely download it. I will always put links in there. And, well, you can also download my old piston door if you want to. I think you already followed the tutorial. But if you didn't, because you thought it was annoying, I don't know why. Um, um, uh, uh, yeah, not the best video I've ever made. But I will probably release the link in there. So if you guys want to download it, you're fine. Um, yeah. Um, I might upload more often. My next video, I'll probably like remake some builds, like the flower farm. That one's whatever, it's already made. I do still have my old world though, with all of those builds. So if you guys want me to review that world, I can. Um, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed laughing along with me as I made my stupid, corny jokes. They suck. I know. Um, but yeah, that's it. Yeah. See you later, guys. Goodbye.